Hey, how about this for a sight? Look, there's our van. We're out, we're driving. We're out, there's nobody around. It's windy, it's a little bit wet, but I don't care because we've got a camper van again. Got it. We can drive the van now. That's the number plates done. First legal drive in the van, Rube. Right, we have got our number plates for the van, and which means we can now fully, completely, legitimately drive it just for leisure. We don't have to drive it for an MOT or for repairs. We can drive it wherever we want now. And look, the back is just full of all of our conversion gear. So we've kind of been waiting for this moment because now we can drive to our storage container where we're going to do our van conversion. Excited? Oh, that's a big yawn. Sit down there. Good boy. Good boy. So I know I said the head gasket might be gone, but what we're trying to do is put a few miles on the van so we can like test a few things, see how much coolant it's using, check to see what the oil does, keep an eye on it, because we've got no other symptoms other than that gas test and everything is just running perfect. So we're just kind of giving it a run out and seeing how it goes. We're at Llyn in Wales. This is a place we come quite a bit with with all the camper vans that we've had. When I used to work in the hotel with Kieran chefing, we didn't used to get much time off, and this was about an hour and a half, an hour's drive away. So we could just come here and it would feel like quite remote. As you can see, nobody's around. It's always a little bit windy, but it wakes you up a little bit. Anyway, this is a place that we would come quite a lot, and it's nice to bring the van here for its first trip out. I've also got a little side project that I'm working on, and to do that I needed the van, which is why I was stressing out a little bit, because if I don't have the van running, then I can't work on this side project that I've got. You can tell we've got a bit comfortable in a house recently, because this chill's hurting us a little bit, and usually we're a bit tougher than this. So yeah, back to the van I think. Problem we've got. The aluminium tube is 5 meters long, and that's it. All the way. Go. Right, and now slide it down. It's not poking through that much, is it? Is that as far as we can go? Oh, that's all right, Steph. Have a look at this for improvisation. That looks pretty solid to me. That should do the job. Our plan is to build a bit of a box here, which the fridge is going to go in, and the leisure batteries and the water systems are going to go on the bottom. So we've got all of this aluminium tubing, and we've got loads of different connections which are over there. So we now need to measure it up with all the batteries laid in and start building this box. So this is what the bottom of the box is going to look like that we're building. We've got two leisure batteries now. They're both 120 amp hours, which is just over 3,000 watt hours. So quite a lot of power, double than what we usually carry. So we've decided to double up. When you spend time in the kind of winter areas like the Alps, you do find you use a lot more power. You put lights on more, you've got your heater running a lot more, which uses the fan, and then you've got the glow plug of it heating up all the time, and loads of other stuff. And solar, whilst you kind of angle your solar panels, if you get heavy snow and the snow lands on top of your solar panels, they just don't work. Like, they don't work very well, which is a problem. You will get a tiny bit of light through, but if you're actually in proper winter conditions with proper snow, it blocks it, it provides shade. So in those situations, you're probably not going to be driving, you're not going to be running your alternator, so you'll start using up your power quite quickly. So you've got to get on your roof and clear it, but if it's a heavy day of snow and you're getting it for 3 or 4 days, you need to make sure you have enough power. So this is the plan, have 2 leisure batteries, and we think this will give us around 10 to 14 days of power use. So that should be enough. And if we really needed to, we can make it last longer. Get ready, everybody. I've got a jigsaw in my hands. I'm going to be driving over to Andy Evans Auto Gas. He's going to have a look at this engine for me, do some compression tests, and it's good to get his opinion. He's been an engine builder in the past, he knows his stuff, and he gave me a call and just said bring it down. So this is the man, the legend that is Andy Evans, right here. There he is. Look, there's his H-van, and he does LPG conversions. He's just done a Nissan. If you need an LPG conversion, you have to speak to this guy, because he goes away in January and he's very busy usually. So let's see if he can help us. So we are in the early stages of finding out if there's anything on it. I'm really optimistic, and I think Andy is too, so we're kind of hoping that this is just a false positive on the test, which is completely understandable and believable, but we'll see. This is right on the edge, isn't it? It's at this point now, I'm full of optimism.
Full of optimism?
Yeah. And it could accelerate from here, yeah, to pure joy, or it could just quickly go downhill.
Yeah. Let's hope it's the first.
We're on the edge.
We like living life on the edge.
Yeah.
One of your sayings is that, Mike, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you're not on the edge, you're taking up too much room.
That's correct. That is correct. a reassuring whistle, Andy.
Bit of a brown burn on it, which it's running a little bit lean.
Right.
It's not the end of the world. So we're just going to do a compression test. Let's see what we've got on cylinder number 4. Okay.
So I thought I had oil in there, but we think it's maybe this radiator cement stuff, the seal-it, or...
Well, yeah.
Andy's got another name for it, which I can't
Sounds
repeat.
like seal-it. Yeah, we're all good. We're fine there, Mike.
So we've got good news. We don't think there's a head gasket issue. We spotted a couple of things I need to patch up and fix. There's a little leak there on the coolant, which I knew about anyway, so I'm gonna have to get that done, which is fine. There's a rubber gasket on the manifold to the carburetor, which is cracked, and that's letting in air, in and out air, which is probably making it run rough occasionally.
Don't worry about the smoke.
And yeah, the exhaust manifold on the front cylinder is looks like there's a bit of...
On number 4, the back one.
On number 4, the back one is there's a bit of carbon deposit on there, so that's going to need a new gasket on the manifold. In terms of the test that we did on the coolant itself, we've got no explanation other than maybe there's something in this coolant that just contaminates it when it's getting hot, but we're not seeing any other symptoms of a head gasket issue, which is what we've you know, which is what I've always felt from the start, but I just wanted to be double certain. But Andy said he'd drive this around the world, so tomorrow, there you go, you heard it from the man himself. This is good to go. We are back in business. Well, we did it. Andy's given me the all clear, so I'm definitely I'm back in business. Van life is back on, everybody. I repeat, van life is back on. What a roller coaster that was. We're not completely in the clear. We've got a couple of issues that we need to fix on the van. Some of them are urgent, and some of them aren't so urgent. I can just monitor, but there are definitely a few things that were causing some of the symptoms I had. Some of the rough idling was caused by a gasket between the carburetor and the manifold. The LPG needed a tuning up as well, and Andy worked his magic on it. The van has never driven so well on LPG. I've literally just pulled over just to capture this, because it's like night and day. It's when I pull over, it just ticks over lovely, and when I'm revving, it's smooth, and it's great. It's really going well. I'm on my way back.
Okay.
Right, see you in a bit.
Bye. See you in a bit.
Bye bye, Rupert. See you in a bit. See you in a bit, Rupe. Goodbye, Rupert. I'll see you in a bit.
Bye.
Bye. Watch this. Look at that. Every time I turn that key, it fires up. Thank you, Mercedes. You are beautiful.